I'm going to teach you how to export your Rhino file into the new Bambu labs that we have. So Joseph already kind of talked about making sure that it's on a flat plane and making sure that your model's not in the air. And in this case, when you're dealing with a lot of organic shapes, you're going to need supports for it. And, I'll go more into that into the program. So after you have your model and you know it's onto a ground plane, you're going to hit File. And then you're going to hit Save As. So this, as you know, when it saves into a Rhino file, it's at that .3dm. So in this case, for our 3D printers, you need to convert it into an STL. So you're going to scroll down, and it should be, let's see, right here, the STL. And it should save still the same, it just converts it into a different format. And with the Bambus, I know with the Curas, you were able to do it from a flash drive, but in this case, you're gonna go through a micro USB. So make sure you have a converter before you do that. And then, in this case, yeah. In this case, we couldn't plug it in, but it's like a regular flash drive, you'll notice it. And then you'll save it as an ST file. From here, make sure, I think Steve told me that you need to save it under a 0.001, not 0.01, to make sure when you run into this, make sure it's at that 0.001, and then click OK. And here, make sure to unclick Export on Open Objects so it avoids any type of open spaces that you might not recognize. So just still fill that in for you. So make sure you unclick that as well. And then this is a free software that you can go onto the Bambu Lab website. You have to download that software into your computer. And then once you open it up, I would recommend always signing up with your school email just because you don't know if you're gonna get something for free or not. So make sure you sign up with your school email and then go to New Project. And then this is the board that you're given. Something to take note, the bed of the 3D printer is roughly 10 inches by 10 inches. So if yours is roughly a little bit bigger than that, either scale it down or cut your pieces or cut your model into pieces. And another thing to point out is that there's this little gray square right here. If your model touches that, it will not print. It's just saying that it's too big for the bed. So make sure you're getting it within these boundary lines, but still know that the max is 10 by 10. I think the highest it can go is a foot. Yeah, so our in 220, someone was able to print a mold about that tall. So just know that that's kind of like the boundaries that it could do. So what you're gonna do next is hit File, and then you're gonna import your file. So it's gonna say import 3MF STL. So in this case, we're looking for STL. And then you're gonna find your file. So yeah, it's gonna tell you right off the bat if it's too big, and it's gonna tell you might want to scale down. So yeah, it's gonna show up really, oh, is this what we're? Oh, okay. Okay, so because it's in millimeters, the magic number that you want to use to get it back into inches is 2540. So you make sure you write that down. So it's 2540 here. And it should scale it up to the actual size, but in this case, because it's so huge, we're gonna need to scale it down. Let's do, so yeah, let's just say this is what we're looking for. We scale it down to the size that we want. I'm not sure if it's showing that organic size that we want. I think, yeah.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It might be the file itself. But so let's just say in the event that you didn't realize that your model was up in the air like this. So there's a specific tool right here where it says lay on face, where it automatically tells you, it can pick a face that you want it at. Sorry. Yeah, it'll pick a face that you want it at and basically put it onto the face of the bed so that it ensures that it's on the 3D print bed for you. I think it's not recognizing the face on this. So yeah, let's just say in this case it did hit on the face. So this is to make sure that it'll choose a face, a flat surface, and click onto the bed. And so once that's all ready for you, you're gonna make sure you hit slice plate. So there's gonna be a slice all and slice plate. Make sure you do slice plate, and then click it, the actual button itself again, and it'll run through roughly what the time is and such. And then, for example, if it was more of an organic shape, we'll go back to prepare. There's an option here. Make sure you keep all of these on default. We're still learning like how to fix or how to adjust it in sorts of your certain infill, so it's not filling it at 100%. But for the sake of like our organic shapes that a lot of you guys are doing, make sure to go to that support tab and then click enable support. It won't show it here, but it'll show up in a second color of where the supports are going to stand. And basically that support is that it will also 3D print like a more breakable PLA, so that when it's getting these curves up in the air, you can easily rip that piece off, but it will still keep your actual print in hold. So if you have an organic shape in the air, make sure you click enable support. In this case, we don't need it. So go through again of slice plate, and then it gives you the rundown, and it gives you the preparation time. And then this is basically that you're ready. And then you're gonna put export all sliced file. It says, and then you click this button again. And for the Bambu, it's gonna read as a 3MF. So make sure that once it goes, so you're gonna go from your Rhino from a 3DM to an STL into your Bambu. And then from the Bambu program, make sure it goes into a 3MF. It should automatically do it for you, but you should always make sure. It's the only option. And you know you did it correctly when it comes out as a .g code. And then you save it, and then it goes back onto the mini SD reader. And then should we go into the Bambu Studio, or to the Bambus? Yeah.